For more on Sudan's war and its impact, I'm joined live via Skype from Houston, Texas by Dr. Khidir Dalouk, Advocacy Director with Sudanese American Physicians Association. Dr. Dalouk, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you, Esther, and thanks for having me.
Now, Doctor,
pleasure to be with you.
Right. The doctor, as you just heard from our news, the United States has today announced sanctions, economic and visa sanctions against the warring factions in Sudan. What effect would this have on those generals?
Thanks, Esther. Let me start by condoling those who have lost their families and, sending my wishes for well-being for those who are injured, and my words of sympathy to those who lost their houses, have seen it occupied by rapid support forces and by airstrikes from the military. People are divided into two. The first part are welcoming those sanctions, although they have said these have late to come. This should have come earlier. At the time of the June 3rd massacre in front of the military headquarters, or at least at the time of the military coup on the 21st of October. These have long been waited by some. The other group have been skeptical about those sanctions. Similar sanctions have been implemented against al-Bashir and his regime. And throughout 30 years, those sanctions have not affected Omar al-Bashir and his regime. He has prospered during those sanctions, either by communicating with countries like North Korea, China, Russia, etc. There are ways to evade those sanctions. So people are divided.
Mm-hmm. Doctor, you give kind of not very hopeful picture here, but given that al-Burhan has made it clear that he's not willing to have any talks with the Hemeti faction, what do you expect will be the outcome of the Jeddah talks?
Well, let me be blunt that, so far those, talks have not been fruitful and they have been a failure. The ceasefires, Avi, you have heard from the report from civilians on the, roads of Khartoum, they have not helped. People are still seeing the clashes in every day. The hospitals are being affected. There are no safe zones. I think if we are really to be serious about this, there should be a very high level of envoy, reporting directly to President Biden, led by, Secretary Blinken, and an international coalition to mount, a lot of pressure, not only to those two generals, but also to the region to stop this war from continuing.
Doctor, we hope for the best for the people of Sudan who are suffering. Thank you very much. Dr. Khidir Dalouk is Advocacy Director with the Sudanese American Physicians Association.